Another generation of three lions had fought with every ounce of bravery. That badge inspires, and still it was not quite enough. As with 1990 and 1996, there is no shame in defeat for England. Croatia were simply that little bit better and considerably more experienced. So it is the England World Cup team and not football coming home via the inconvenient nonsense of a third, fourth place playoff against Belgium in St. Petersburg, for which nobody has the stomach. As ever, it is the hope that kills. By every sane measurement, this tournament has been a resounding success for a bunch of young players trying to stand English football back on its feet after the earth-shattering implosion against Iceland 2 years ago. Having shown the mental toughness and resilience against Colombia, they had even at times looked accomplished against Sweden. Sadly, this did indeed turn out to be the sterner test that we feared. Having already won the hearts and minds of the nation with the progress to this stage, some admirable backbone in the end, was not quite enough. Yet Kieran Trippier's sublime free kick after just 5 minutes had given us all such belief. For about half an hour England were good for the lead, passing the ball around much more tidily than they had done in the previous rounds and focused fully on the task ahead of them. A more dynamic approach from the back had Croatia penned back with much longer England passing and a reliance on Raheem Sterling's world-class pace, and the game plan seemed to be working. That said, it was Jesse Lingard's immaculate touch, incorporating a near 270-degree spin, that led to the opener, as his invitation to Dele Alli to burst forward was thwarted by a foul from Luka Modric. The Croatia wall focused on the nuisance Harry Maguire was making by insisting he stood in the middle of it. As it was, Trippier simply bent the ball round all of them and into the top corner. Croatia canny, however. While Colombia had been fortunate to peg the way back into the game 2 rounds ago, you senses an equalizer was coming. Modric took a while to settle into the game, but slowly the Real Madrid superstar did manage to exert some influence, picking out one immaculate pass to Ivan Perisic, who shot just wide. His marshalling was effectively split though, between Ali and Jordan Henderson, and all the time they could stem the lubrication of Modric's liquid passing, the engine could not tick over. It was only as the game wore on that things began to kick into gear. A punch from Pickford, Walker's decisive toe, and Maguire's giant slap overhead all kept Croatia at bay as the 1998 semi-finalists continued to press. This was defensive courage of the highest order. Walker took a fierce shot from Ivan Perisic right where no man wants to take one, and yet somehow got to his feet to head the next ball clear, before collapsing to the ground in understandable agony. Perhaps the incidents were related, but when the ball was swung across in the 2 minutes later, Walker was slightly on his heels and Perisic telescoped a leg above his head and guided in an equalizer. Momentum was with Croatia, and in the 72nd minute England could have thrown it away when more defensive dither enabled Perisic to hit the post, but thankfully the rebound was hit by Rebic straight into Pickford's arms. Marcus Rashford was introduced to try to swing the pendulum back, but England had lost the shape and were hanging onto the ropes for extra time, every involvement of Pickford driving fans' hearts further into their mouths. But when a completely unmarked Harry Kane missed a straightforward header in injury time, you knew somebody upstairs wanted another 30 minutes, and so the brawl continued. It was another somewhat anonymous performance from the England captain, and the temptation is to carry on playing the usual England game of what if after these semi-finals. What if Kane had been on song? What if Gaza had reached the ball at the far post? What if somebody other than Southgate had taken then penalty? What if Stones, the Colossus all night, had not allowed Mario Mandzukic to destroy English hopes? In the 108th minute, he's sneaking in to turn a flicked header past Jordan Pickford. It was not about individuals. Ultimately, the courage of 11 brave Lions, 10 by the end when Trippier limped off injured, could change the history of the three Lions.